All right, when we last left you guys off, you had gathered a group of refugees from the village of Barovia, which is burned to the ground. You took 29 people on their way to Castle Ravenloft, which you decided was, at this point in time, anyways, the safest place for them. Along the way, however, you encountered Morgantha, an elderly woman who has been peddling dream pastries to the town, apparently. A form of drug which induces a comatose-like trance state that transports the consumer into an extraordinarily happy place. And the people of Barovia have been using these dream pastries to escape some of their misery for a while. However, Morgantha seems to run up the price on these things exorbitantly after some time, to the point where these people had started to sell their own children to the old woman in order to pay for the pastries. And she was looking to collect a pretty hefty sum of 360 gold on the road, which you guys decided you weren't paying, and engaged a combat with her, during which she summoned two huge frog-like toadish-style creatures which consumed two of the children, and after that happened she screamed out that the debt had been paid, and she disappeared, but not before harassing Mar quite a bit. You made it to Castle Ravenloft, and began to set up camp. Now, in the meantime, we talked about on the internet some things that happened. You guys got your rest, but unfortunately Mar suffered from some terrible nightmares that he couldn't even quite describe, and when he awoke the next morning, his maximum hit point potential had dropped. And then when you awoke in the morning, Escher had dropped off a book on dark powers, also known now as Elder Children, that they had in the castle library, that Kane skimmed through, read pretty well, and gathered some more information on how these things work, maybe what they are. It's all theoretical at this point, and you have seen now that Escher and the one other castle servant that you've met, Cyrus, have been setting up a tent city while you were resting as well. There is also another gentleman helping pass out food and clothing and blankets to the refugees. Escher identified that man as Strahd in disguise among the people. And he also said that he was able to fix Timmy somewhat, although he's not been able to give him the spark of life. However, you guys will be able to tell me what to do with Timmy until you get him properly resurrected, if that's even possible, for the bit of soul that ran him before he was killed. So you basically have a golem you can direct now that is in the form of a creepy marionette. And I think that's the wrap-up, and should get us all the way up to speed.
Does someone want to... Yeah, does someone want to take like exclusive control so that we're not all trying to vie for control of that?
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
If we're going to do that, I would say Raven is probably at this point in time one of your better bets, because unfortunately she is constantly stuck in Witch Bolt state and doesn't get to do a whole lot else.
Yeah, that's fine.
I got Chaos Bolts too. I just throw magic everywhere.
Okay. I'll still do the rolling and
attacking
for Timmy.
Yeah, we know you throw magic everywhere.
Yes. Yeah, that was almost terribly tragic for you all. So, I'll still do all the rolling and damage for Timmy because I have all that programmed into my quick rollers. But
make sure you make him move and disappear. That's a good one.
Yep. You let me know what to do. I can even let you know what kinds of powers and abilities Timmy has now. Now that you've had Escher tinker with him, he's also reloaded the dart chamber and given you another 50 darts to reload into Timmy. He says it was empty, but there's also room in that chamber for toxins and poisons as well, if you were to be able to load those types of things into him. So he would be able to do that. Let me see. What are some of the other things Timmy can do?
So he's like a little tiny war machine?
Timmy is technically an arcane trickster. Now that you've had somebody pull him apart and look at him, he's a rogue with some magical skills. But his magic comes off more mechanical than it does arcane. But he can use Mage Hand, Poison Spray, various forms of Prestidigitation. You've seen him already do this. He can disguise himself. He can cast Grease, Shield, or he can do a funky little dance and cause Tasha's hideous laughter to happen on somebody as well.
What is that?
It's basically
It's Marvel.
It's yeah. Whoever gets affected by it, if they don't make their saving throw, has to spend the rest of their life basically laughing until you guys decide to kill them.
Yeah.
That is wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Escher also points out that Timmy has a pull string on his back that he kept hidden beneath his clothing that you guys hadn't noticed before. And when it's pulled, he makes sounds that sound like words, but Escher doesn't know the language that Timmy is speaking. When
There's a snake in my boot.
It's not quite that. So, I think that's everything on Little Timmy that you guys might need to know for this session.
Excellent.
All right. So
in our own company, we should pull that string and see if any one of us recognize that language.
Go for it. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm doing it.
all right. I'm not quite sure, and I could look it all up, but what languages do you guys speak?
I have Giant and Elvish.
Dwarven and Celestial.
Draconic and Dwarvish.
Nope. Nobody picks it up. Although, make an active perception roll for me.
At advantage?
All of us?
Nope. Just regular. Yep. Everybody make one.
Dang, the +7. Holy cow.
Yeah.
All right, those are pretty good rolls. It does sound very similar to the language that Strahd used when Cain started yelling at him in what is Celestial.
So it's similar to Celestial.
It is similar, but it's very different.
Okay.
But at the same time, the tone. Gosh, that sounded stupid. That's the worst part of recording stuff, when you say something that sounds like an absolute idiot.
Oh,
it is there
no.
forever. As far as the word structure goes, it's very similar, but the tones and the pronunciation is what's extraordinarily different.
You said it was did you say it was the same as with Strahd, or
It sounds very similar to it. You can't tell if it's the same or not, but it's got the same tones and inflections to it.
Okay.
So I think that's the update of all the information. What would you guys like to do next?
I wanted to. What did I roll for the curse check?
I already filled you guys all in on all that on the internet. Basically, when you rolled the curse check, you started to put some things together, and you started to suspect that Morgantha wasn't an old woman, but she's actually a form of hag. And you know that there's a lot of different kinds of hags. You don't know what kind Morgantha is, and you don't know what she actually did to Mar.
I mean, we know she's at least the derogatory kind of hag.
Yes.
But we don't know if he's actually cursed.
No, you do not know if he's actually cursed, or if he's affected by some other sort of power that resembles a curse, or a blight of some kind even.
Okay. Well, I'm going to cast Remove Curse on him and just see what happens.
Okay. You go to cast Remove Curse, and I would like you to make a roll for this. Just a d20.
Eek.
Yay!
As you cast the spell, you feel like it is very hard to get this type of spell off. You do manage to get it off. It does seem to go off properly, but Mar still doesn't feel any different. I guess you'll have to wait to see what happens after he tries to sleep again. But the roll was to let you know that it was very difficult to cast this spell, not necessarily its effect.
Okay.
I'll let you know in the morning.
Raven.
Yes.
Did you read the chat, by the way?
Yeah, we need
the long plot that you dropped in there.
Yeah, that, and basically feelings of imminent betrayal.
Yes, I read everything except your long blob.
That was just what the book said, basically.
I figured.
Which I mean, in the cliff notes of it is that there are some things, elder god type. It looks like it was a book from. It looks like it was his journal. It looks like Strahd's journal, and it talks about elder god type things, whether they are elder gods or old ones or whatever they want to call themselves. They tend to have little to no concept of our existence because they're just so far beyond us. However, there are things called elder children, which are much, much, much lower on the scale of things, but they're still much higher than us. They tend to like to screw around with the affairs of mortals. Now, long story short is that they found a way to trap them in amber, but they can still reach out metaphysically on some level. With an intelligence of 10, I'm not sure if I know that word.
It's average intelligence.
Okay,
10 isn't
right.
stupid. The average guy could hear the word metaphysically someplace and go, I've known to use that word to sound like I'm a 12.
Yes. I just happened to roll a 20 on usage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the book
tracking.
was about. That was what the book was about. Now, what I would like your input on is I'm not okay with waiting for Strahd to eat all these people.
Agreed.
So what do we do about that?
I agree with what Marlemere said, if I remember correctly, is let's stay on our path as it is now, try to get more information. I don't think we are strong enough to face Strahd, even in his weakened state, or at a point where we really know who's right and who's wrong, or who's telling us, the whole truth.
Yeah.
So I would say we give it a little bit more time to piece together some of the other information that we might find out in the world, especially if we go and visit some of the other towns and see what they say.
All right.
Hey, so I'm just going to toss this out there as a side note. So I'm hoping we go and talk to Ismark soon, and I'm guessing one of the things that we're going to try to do, at least in the immediate future, is find out the spark of life that Timmy had in him and head towards Valaki. If by some random happenstance chance that we find out there's a probability that maybe we can move these 27, 21 people to a more permanent situation, I think that might be a good option because that's the next closest town, and we're already on our way probably to go check it out because we're looking how to restore Timmy back to his original state.
I'm good with that. I would just want to talk to the town and make sure that they don't have a problem with getting a bunch of soulless people if they're not soulless.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so you guys want to start talking to the townsfolk then? I'm guessing Ismark in particular, it sounded like?
Yeah, definitely Ismark in particular, and just kind of basically what we had talked about on the forum.
Okay. You start to mingle among the town people, and as I wrote on the forum, Coletta and this guy, who you now know is Strahd in disguise, are moving among the people. He's being extraordinarily friendly. They seem to like him. They're getting different work done. They're not working together. He seems to be keeping his distance from her, which brings you some comfort. But Ismark is... Originally, it looked like he was standing guard of the wagon, but his eyes are fixed on Coletta, making sure she's not getting herself into any trouble. Bildrath and Ulgris seem to be preoccupied with watching everything else. So, you head up to Ismark and you ask him.
We want to talk to him just about the prospect of I think we first want to just identify with him, because he was uneasy coming here.
Oh yeah, so, he still looks uneasy being here.
Yeah, I think just talk to him about that and see if what his plans are while he's here, and gain his help in light of, hey, can you try to gather any kind of intelligence as safely as you can about what Strahd's up to, or maybe what he's doing while we're trying to figure some of this greater mess out.
He agrees to that. He says, I do not like being here. I feel like I am waiting to be destroyed within these walls. I feel like I am being watched all the time, but I will keep my eye open. I hope you have a plan to get us out of here quickly.
We do. So one of the plans is we're going to try to see if there's maybe some permanent solution shelter-wise for you guys in Vallaki as we travel there for one of our needs next or in the near future.
Ah, Vallaki. That town is not reported to be friendly. I myself have never left the village of Barovia, but travelers and the few of us that have come and gone, it is walled, it is fortified. My father seemed to think originally Irina would be safe there, but they are not the friendliest of people. Be on your guard if you go there.
Is there something in particular about the town that you're speaking from, or is there a ruler of that town there that we need to be cautious of, or why do you say that?
Well, I have heard that they have a burgermeister there, just like we did, just like I suppose I was. However, he calls himself the Baron, and he is extraordinarily suspicious of outsiders. He believes Strahd is constantly sending spies to take his town from him, which he's probably correct, that Strahd has many spies in that town, many people who follow him, and not the will of free people. But he rules with an iron fist, and any who oppose him end up in chains or worse.
Oh boy, since we're gonna be on our way there, any advice how to approach this man and talk to him on a level playing field so that he doesn't feel like he has to be at odds with us immediately?
Well, I would not ride up to the gates wearing the armor you are currently wearing.
No, definitely not.
If you show yourselves to be in opposition to the devil, then you may be granted an audience. If he, however, for any reason begins to suspect, whether it is true or not, that you are allied with Strahd, you will find yourself in chains very quickly. He has a large guard in town, almost a small standing army.
Any other questions, guys?
I don't have any.
No, I don't think so.
All right, thanks, Mark.
Take care. Be safe.
I'll try.
Is there anybody else you'd like to talk to?
How is Donovich doing?
Donovich is distraught. I think is a small word to describe him at the moment. He does not look happy. You can see he's been crying at different points in times. There's muddy tear marks running down his cheeks. He's doing his best to hold it together, but the guy's lost a lot in the last few years.
I would like to go talk with him. No, nobody else needs to go with, just me.
All right, you head over to Donovich. He says, "Hey, welcome, my friend.
Holding up okay?
I'm doing my best for the people, but it is not easy. I am inside of the walls of the monster who turned my son into that thing. It's
Yeah.
hard for me to be here."
I think it's hard for all of us to be here. We are not going to be staying. This is not a permanent place. What I need from you is to be on top of your guard. I don't trust anybody here.
Well, there's not many I trust here either, except perhaps your friends that you brought with you in Ismark. He has lost as much to this monster as anyone.
The ultimate plan here is that soon enough this castle's going to be empty, and I'm not sure how we're going to pull it off yet, but that's the goal.
Well, you've It is hard to say that what you have done so far has been successful. The entire village is gone. Almost 200 people are dead or missing since your arrival. However, there's something about your group that brings me hope, and that is something I have not felt since before Doro ran off to fight the devil with the wizard so long ago.
Work with Ismark. He's gonna keep an eye on everybody. The people are gonna look to you for strength. So make sure the two of you are staying close and staying strong.
Yes, we will.
Alright.
Anybody else?
We should probably go talk to Strahd.
Yes, I agree with that.
Alright. Are you going to wait till he's done helping pass out stuff? Because that is what he asked Escher to communicate to you, that you waited till he was done.
Yep.
Okay. Then after he's done passing out blankets and clothing and other resources to the people, he walks up to your group and he says, "Thank you for giving me that opportunity to be with the people. It has been too long since I was a benefactor, and I don't know how I feel about it yet. Come, let's go inside. I have prepared another feast for you, however this one is quite different than the last." And
I am, while he's talking, I just don't know if I believe him.
he seems honest.
Alright.
Yep, there's nothing about what he just said that would lead you to believe that he was lying to you.
Okay.
Alright, so you follow him inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You head inside, and he takes you back into the dining hall, same place that he took you to last time. And once you're in there, there is a feast spread out on the table. However, the feast is different this time. It's simpler than it was before, but at the same time, it has a different presence and feel about it. It's you without even having to make an arcane check, you get the sense that this is a magical feast. And he explains to you, he says, "I have crafted for you what is called the Hero's Feast. It is a very high-level spell that I had a scroll for. You are about to venture out and perhaps hunt down and face the first dark power that is terrorizing this land and stealing my power. If you consume this meal, it will grant you an extra amount of health. It will also make you more resilient in mind and body, and make you immune to poisons as well. So please, sit, eat, and then we will discuss things while you feast here." So in game mechanics terms, you guys can roll, I'm going to roll 2d8, and then you can add that many hit points on top of Ryan's aid to your temporary hit points as well. It's an extra 10 you guys can buff yourselves with. You also will have advantage on all wisdom saves, and you are immune to poison.
I
Fear
can
as
dig
well?
that.
I'm sorry, what was that, Adam?
Is that fear as well?
No, you're not. I don't think you're immune to fear with the Hero's Feast.
No, you're not, but you do get advantage to wisdom, which is what I believe is most fear checks.
Kane, shouldn't you be at 15? Temporary?
I thought you said it was 4 plus 10.
5.
Oh, okay.
All right, what would you like to talk to Strahd about? Adam is correct. You are immune to being frightened.
Okay. I would like to, if nobody else has any other topics, I would like to specifically talk to him about whether or not he has. Does anybody else want to talk?
I'll see what you have to say before I chime in. We may cover the same things, so go for it.
I'm looking for tactical advice.
In what regard?
Have you ever bought anything from the Amber Temple? Any of these aberrations?
No. When I visited the Amber Temple centuries ago, all of the creatures were still encased in amber. They were able to communicate in my mind, and I was able to tell them my desires to have Tatiana and to be rid of my brother. And they fed off of those desires and gave me what I wanted, but cursed me at the same time. None of them had yet escaped.
Did we know he had a brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
He told
Yeah.
me.
Okay.
What was his name? It was, what was it? I remember it. I can't remember it. He's the older brother.
He's actually the younger brother. His name was Sergi. Strahd's the older
Yes,
brother.
yes. Okay,
Yep.
There you go.
And Tatiana fell in love with Sergi and not Strahd, which is why he flipped out and killed him.
Have you? We know you have lookouts, spies, whatever you want to call them, across the country. Have your people had any what's the word I'm looking for? Contact
Interaction.
with? Yeah.
Yes, many of them have had contact with the dark powers. They manifest themselves in ways that I'm sure you are now mildly familiar with.
Yeah.
They very often woo my servants to their side, giving them promises of great reward for service. Several of my spies have just disappeared as well, not to be heard from again. I do still have a few loyal followers in the village of Valaki and in the surrounding hills and areas. Some of the druids who make their home in the forest are still loyal to me, but that number shrinks daily, and those who have come back and reported an encounter with an actual dark power speak of nightmares that I have never been able to inflict upon this land.
Any ideas how to address some of these things? Specifically talking about skeletons that when we kill them, they come back to life and explode.
Or suck the world into itself.
Yeah, I'd like to
like a
avoid
black hole.
Yes, I saw the remains of the Temple of Lathander. It is nothing like I have ever seen before. Escher gave you the tome on dealing with the Elder Children. The war with the Elder Children and Dark Powers was not well detailed in the book that I found.
Just want to interject. Where did you receive that book from?
It was in my father's library. It was brought from my original homeland long ago. It's an ancient text. It was ancient when my father kept it. I have recently spent many hours using a mending spell to put it back together because I found the information of it necessary for what was coming. But it does not speak of how these ancient warriors defeated the dark powers, only that they could, and then imprisoned some of them. That they could not defeat, they imprisoned.
Your father was the author of it?
No. It was in my father's library. When I summoned and I called my family to come and live in the Valley of Barovia, we were lords, yes, but of a much smaller kingdom. And here I had conquered a larger place, so my father brought much of his treasured wealth and resources with him. Much of the library in the Castle of Stairs is from that wealth that he brought with him. This book was a piece of that.
All right. Well, we are going to be. Oh, hey, Timmy. Any? Who did you have build Timmy?
The lady, the Countess, had Timmy commissioned by an ancient toy master, whose name at the moment escapes me. However, they say that he has been reborn in Blinsky, a toy maker in Valaki. He is quite genius, I believe, in his designs, and many of the children of Barovia play with his things. He may be able to restore your little mechanical friend to what semblance of life he had.
What was the name? How do you pronounce that town?
Valaki.
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 Sure.
Valaki.
Sure, whatever. I like Valaki better. That's fine. Doesn't matter.
It
Either
really
way.
depends on your accent.
Okay, well, I'll use your accent. um, we heard that people of Valaki are a little hesitant of outsiders.
Hesitant. That is a way
Political.
to describe it. Many would call it downright hostile.
I assume you've tried to get into it?
Oh, I have allies in it. I've walked the streets of the city in the disguise that you saw me in outside. But the Baron Valakovich, he is not a man to be trifled with. I could have ended him at one point in time quite easily. It was fun to toy with him and watch him struggle against my followers in town. But now he is continually pressing his advantage, and soon I believe the town of Valaki will be firmly within his entire control and grasp.
Do you have any allies who can help us get in?
Yes, you will want to look for Lady Fiona Wachter. She is still quite loyal to me. She is also quite mad. But I believe she could be useful.
Fiona Wachter?
Fiona Wachter.
Mad angry or mad psychotic?
Mad as in she... What is a delicate way to say this? She has a cult in her basement to which she performs unspeakable rituals to reach out to demonic powers. However, there is a great difference between fiends and the monsters that we face as dark powers. So she will be useful, but do not trust her.
Good to know.
Is there anything else that I can answer for you, my friends?
That's it for me. The whistle that we have, is that like unlimited use? Take it back here.
Yeah, it should be.
You mean
So
the summoning of the carriage?
Yes.
You may use it once a day. It will restore itself at dawn.
Okay.
However, it does need to use the roads. So if you are someplace where there is no roads, do not count on the carriage being able to make it back from where you are at.
Good to know. All right. We are going to. Hey, I have a quick question for Strahd. Hold on.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Hold on. You gave us this nice, pretty armor. We can't wear it in Valaki. Can you do a spell or something to cover this up?
I am hurt. You would not want to wear my colors. And no, I totally understand. You're about to go. No, I make joke. Yes. However, it's the most powerful spell I can cast upon you to disguise your armor will only last 8 hours. So if you do not make it inside the city walls before then, it will expire.
Okay, so let's not do that. Okay, all right. That's all I have. Thank you.
I wish there was more I could do, but I believe it would be safest for you to remove it before approaching the city. Unless you want to take out the Baron and all of his men, which in the long run I may not see as a problem, because he is standing against me, which means it is likely only a matter of time before he has reached out to, if not already by a dark power. They may already have infiltrated his men.
Good to know. We will keep that under advisement.
Yeah, for real. Strahd, just as a point of conversation, we appreciate what you've done here. Please don't lose the trust of the people. There's many among them that are hesitant to be here. Please remain true to what you said to us.
I am doing my best. I will tell you, it is not easy to have so many warm beings right outside my door is tempting enough, but to be so close to Coletta is even more difficult, but I am determined. So many times I have tried to take her by force or to influence my will on her. It has never worked. I am determined to try a new avenue. It's perhaps foolish. Perhaps it's always been foolish. But what is the phrase? I do not want to screw this up.
Would it be safer if she came with us?
Perhaps. But if I give in to temptation here, there is no place in this land I could not find you. So, safety is only a matter of extra hours.
Stay the course and hold up your end so that we can hold up our end.
I certainly hope we all can.
Anything else, Raven?
I got nothing else.
Alright.
I'm listening.
It's funny. So, where do you guys want to head?
What time is it right now?
It's later in the afternoon now, because you guys got here at dawn, took an 8-hour rest, then farted around talking to people, doing some other stuff, so I'm guessing it's actually probably getting closer to sunset.
We need to go to Valaki, but I don't know if I want to be traveling at night. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a part of me that really wants to travel at night. But
We'll just kill everything.
I have one more
wisdom
question for
is
Strahd
encouraging
before
to
we
not do that.
leave his presence.
Well, you are on some timed issues, too. The Heroes Feast only lasts 24 hours, so you would be eating into some of that.
Yeah.
And aid, I mean, it's not like Ryan couldn't recast it, but aid only lasts a certain amount of time as well.
Yeah.
Yep, 8 hours, so that's on the clock as well. One last question for Strahd. So when he first greeted us with his Heroes Feast, he said something about one of the powers that we'll soon face. Who or what was he referencing, or just in general?
Oh, it was a general statement, really, but it was obviously a power that set the village ablaze, and I do not expect them to hide much longer. The book theorizes that they like to play games with mortals, but all things that toy with people eventually tire of the game. It was a general statement.
Okay, noted.
Hey, do you know who Morgantha is?
Oh, Morgantha, the hag. You haven't had an encounter with the pie lady.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I am quite aware of Morgantha and her 2 daughters. Bella
Are
and
the-
Ophelia.
Is that the Vanderhobbs? Did she dress her daughters up like frogs?
No. Oh, my friends, are you not aware of the nature of hags?
Only random, not sort of.
I'm
Enlighten
pretty
us on,
sure Kane might be a hag.
yeah, enlighten us on Morgantha, please.
I am not sure of her daughters, as I have never actually spent time to meet with them, but I have had parley with Morgantha. Long ago, her and her daughters were pulled into Barovia. Wicked, foul creatures the hags were. And they set up shop in the old windmill. It is now called the Bone Grinder. It used to be owned by the Durst family. It used to supply Valaki with grain. And now it supplies something quite different. Morgantha peddles her pies that she makes from the bones of the children she steals, and feeds them back to her parents. Some sort of wicked joke, I would imagine. She is dangerous. She, at least, is a night hag. A vile creature, one of the more powerful hags. You would do well to stay away from her.
Where's the bone grinder?
Oh, you'll see it on the road to Valky.
Great. So
Excellent.
If we run into her, how do we handle the situation? What is she weak to?
She can be killed like any other creature. She has no special immunities, so to speak. But a hag will flee rather than die. They will attempt to fight you if they believe it's in their advantage. But the minute you turn the tables on them, they will run and they will hide. It is likely they would have a lair nearby their public lair. That I have not discovered yet, but it is likely there.
Okay, noted as well.
You guys ready?
I think that covers all of it.
I mean, so are we going to leave? How long is the trip to Blacky?
It's gonna be about 6 hours.
On horseback still?
Yep, it'd be 8 on foot.
I'd say we head out now.
We could make it if we go. Are we all willing to do that? Is that the consensus?
Might as well.
Okay, let's just say goodbye to Ismark, I guess,
Coletta.
and yeah, Coletta and Brovich before we go, yeah?
Alright, you guys head out. And say goodbye to everybody. Most of the peasants seem to be in pretty good spirits. There's a lot of talk about how strange it was that they were afraid to come here when the Count has been nothing but hospitable to them, and that they haven't felt this safe in quite some time. Ismark and Donovich look sick at hearing them talk like that, because they know better. But that is the general consensus of the people.
Alright. Let's not spread any concern yet.
Yeah, exactly, I agree. We've told the important players how we feel and share their feelings, so I think that's good enough.
Does Coletta want to stay or come with us?
She has really adopted herself into the Indirovich family, which is Ismark and Kolyan, and so she would like to stay. She feels safe here. She is also fairly enamored with the Count as well, but he has not spoken to her yet, and she's kind of upset about that. She's like, I don't understand why he wouldn't talk to me, but...
This dude is playing hard to get, and he knows it, and he...
With a 12-year-old girl.
Oh, my gosh. I am awash with frustration.
I'm so sorry, you guys.
So, general
I'm sitting here
consensus
looking at my own web camera, trying not to burst into laughter at the amount of frustration that I've caused you, and I can't do it any longer. I'm sorry. Okay.
So
Composure,
I'm gonna tell Coletta, stick with Ismark, follow his lead.
Okay. But what if Ulgris says something? Yeah, who wins? Who wins,
Stay
Ulgris or
away
Ismark?
from Vlad.
Ismark?
Follow Ismark.
Oh, okay. You sure it's not Ulgris?
Ulgris is a cranky old battle-worn dwarf, and she knows what she's doing. But Ismark is gonna keep you safe.
Okay. Are you guys gonna be gone long?
I don't know, probably not, I don't know.
Alright.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Okay. She runs off.
I have no idea. Back tomorrow.
All right, let's saddle up and get this show on the road.
Alright, I am going to... Alright, as you're riding out, Mar, you notice there is there are several ravens sitting on the drawbridge gate. They're all very intently watching you as you ride out.
Birds or Dragonborn?
Birds. Actual birds. Sorry. There are several crow-style ravens watching you. And as you ride out, they circle around above you guys for a little while and then fly off to the west.
Is Ismark or Escher around?
Escher is around, actually. He's still setting up tents with Cyrus.
I would like to just quickly go over to him and just kind of like signal to him to go over to... Oh, he's Osiris? Okay, so I'm going to go over to both of them.
Okay.
How can we tell the difference between Strahd's spies and the other spies?
That is a difficult question, my friend, because how can you tell if a spy is a spy at all?
Everybody's a spy.
Everybody is a spy. Yes. Are you all there?
Shoot first,
Yes.
ask questions later.
Make active perception checks for me. Everybody make one.
Oh, there's probably a plus in there for me, I think, but oh well.
Kane, you notice Cyrus has a really weird-looking necklace around his neck. It's a woven cord, but on the end of it is tied a real-looking eyeball. So real, in fact, that it might be watching you.
This is Cyrus.
Yep, the mongrelman.
That's an interesting necklace, Cyrus.
Oh, do you like it? I
We
found
do.
it. I found it once when I was out walking in the woods. And it looks at me sometimes. It keeps me company in the night.
Keeps you company?
Yeah, you know, nobody ever likes to look old Cyrus in the eye, except my eye looks me in the eye.
As I look him in both of his beautiful, beautiful big brown eyes. How can I see that necklace?
No.
See it with your hands, not with your eyes.
Yeah, you can't touch it. And he holds it up for you to look at. You guys make an Arcana check.
Oh my god!
What?
That's
Oh
right.
yeah, look at that.
I am still lost in Cyrus'
Well,
eyes.
I'm glad the fighter can do well with that. The paladin.
Yeah. All right. Ryan or Mar, you don't remember much about hags at all. You really don't. Everybody's been talking about hags, and you just think of old women for the most point in time. But you remember reading a story once about how a group of hags enchanted an eye so they could see through it. And it's all coming back to you right now. That there's this hag out there. She knew we were coming. Now this eyeball shows up, and you're really suspicious of this eyeball.
This is really awesome because as soon as you started talking about it, I had that feeling, and it was maybe pretty obvious. But I'm going to offer him money for the necklace because I want it.
Yeah, well, how much?
What's it worth to you?
He doesn't want money. He wants a bone.
I
What do you want for it?
don't know.
A bone.
I don't get much here, but that's really persuasive of you. The master says we should be helpful. So, have you picked up any other weird things along the way that I could have? Maybe a doll or something I could play with.
You know,
Yeah.
actually, let me check and tell you what we got.
Yes, please.
Sorry, I gotta pull up the pack mule.
That's a lovely portrait.
Well, we got this here frog stick, Hey,
Frog thing.
devil's face pendant.
That's scary.
You might like this mummy figurine. It's kind of like a little doll.
Does it have a name?
Georgia.
You could name it if you wanted to. Or would you like any of these three items in exchange
Or a
for
wrinkled
the-
finger.
Or yep, or
Or a
in
shrunken
exchange-
head.
Oh, let me see that. Let me see that. That head.
Oh,
I want that. I'll give you the eyeball for the head, because this thing has like two eyes, sort of. They're not there anymore. But I could put my fingers in there, and yeah, I'll make that trade.
It is yours, my friend. Thank you very much.
He looks at Esther. He's like,
Escher, look at my head.
and Esther's like, just get away from me.
Okay, so now that I have the eyeball necklace in my possession, I'm guessing I have it in my possession.
Oh yeah, and it's looking at you.
Okay, I'd very much like to quickly put it in my pouch, and I want
Can
to
you
talk
poke
to
it
Kane.
first?
I'm not going to poke it.
Can I?
No, you can't until you answer a
poke it.
question for me. It's already in my pouch, dude. You can't poke it.
I'm poking at his pouch.
Currently, Kane and Raven are both poking at Marlemir's pouch.
Oh my gosh.
While
This is
Mar's trying to be
ridiculous.
really serious.
Seriously, I am trying to be really serious. I consult Kane on the arcane powers that are probably within this thing, and
Sure.
I just want to talk
Ask
to
the
him about
cleric.
if.
Don't ask the
Yeah.
sorcerer.
Fine, I'll ask both of you since they're both poking at it relentlessly. Good
You
grief,
guys need to
this
know
is-
currently I have my glasses off and I'm rubbing my eyes.
I bet you are. I bet you are. Best course of action: destroy this thing, or somehow use it to our advantage.
Yes.
I
Great.
concur. There's going to be benefits to both. If we destroy it, we don't have to worry about it. It's one less thing that the hags are using to their benefit.
Yeah, but the
I
reality,
guess what I'm asking is there
there's
some
more
way?
than-
I'd say, but unfortunately, there's going to be more tools that they have at their disposal.
Yeah.
Is there
if
some
we're-
way that either of you can use this to our advantage currently, or do we just need to keep it hidden for now?
Currently, no.
Give me a second. Hold on.
Like some sort of
if you
a
guys-
scrying spell or something like that.
You know what it is now. You know it's a hag's eye. You could make an arcana check with advantage, and I can tell you some more about it.
Go for it. Someone besides the warrior
If you're
who rolled a
proficient
19.
with it.
Yeah.
Oh, with advantage.
Yeah.
Nice. Legit.
Good lord.
Right there.
All right. Raven's got this one pretty locked
I
up.
still think Cyrus has beautiful eyes.
As he's poking it.
All right. Let's see here. So, a hag eye, they can see through this. You've pretty much already figured that out. A coven of hags can do something. They take one of their own eyes and they make a magical item. It's a real eye. It's varnished. It's fit into the pendant. So it really works. If it is destroyed, the hags go blind for 24 hours. None of them can see.
Did you say that plural? So all
Yes,
of them
it is
were
plural.
involved?
Yes. Yep.
I'd say we hold on to it until we know that we're going to be fighting the hags, and then use it to our advantage to destroy.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else on it?
You do know they can make another one, but it takes a little bit of time, and they can't do it until they're not blinded. So, yep. That's about all that you know of the eye. You know that if you smash that sucker, they'll go blind for a day.
If they have this one out there, can they start making a second one?
No, they cannot. They can only have one at a time.
So let's keep it until we're about to fight him, and then we'll go to town.
If
Yep.
they make 6 of these throughout their lifespan, do they no longer have eyes?
That's a good question.
And if the last one gets smashed, are they permanently blind?
That is also a good question that I'm not going to answer. Your Arcana check was not that good. It was really close, though. But I don't. Sure, they're all blind.
If a hag makes an eyeball in the woods, does anyone know about it?
Generally speaking, by the nature of hags, they would probably take the eye from the weakest one, and then if they needed to make too many more and had to take another eye, they would actually probably kill her and replace her. Thus keeping the coven sighted.
That's nice.
Thus not being eyeless.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
not in the
'cause when
books at
you're
all, but I think that's probably really close to how they would act.
Oh yeah, because when you're a hag,
That
that's how
sounds
you
good.
roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that item's going in my pouch, and I'm guessing I'll get that later.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because I
it's
don't
in my
have
pouch.
an item called Hag Eye. You can make it if you want.
Stop poking at it, guys. Let's get going.
I have a question for. This is only vaguely related, but it's definitely out of character.
Okay.
What if you put the hag eye in a bag of holding? What would it see?
Probably darkness.
Yeah, it sees just like a regular eye. And so, if it's on another plane of existence, they can't use it.
Okay, so we're gonna get a bag of holding, and then Marlamir will put you in it and tell me what you see.
Mike,
What was it?
I'm going to be casting Mage Hand for the next about every minute, just to be poking the eye.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Alright.
All right.
I'm all done. Let's go.
Okay, final thing before we leave. I actually want to let Strahd know that this was around.
Okay. He shakes his head and he says, "If Morgantha has grown this bold, this does not bode well for us. It is likely she is in league with the power.
We'll need your help when the time comes with this.
I will do what I can."
Cyrus said he found this outside and just grabbed it, so you might want to take a look at anything that has recently come in.
Yes,
Try to be gentle with these people.
I will question Cyrus on it, on exactly where he found it and how long he has had it. So,
Alright, we're off to Velaki.
Alright, as we're off.
okay. Take care.
Hey, you too.
You sure you
You
don't?
too.
You sure you don't want to come back and ask me another question?
No,
I mean-
let's go.
Why don't you just come with us?
Yes.
Like practically rolling over laughing.
I will be staying here, my friends. Good luck.
Of course you will. Goodbye.
Of course I will, yes. Goodbye. So, you off to Velaki, finally?
Yeah.
Lucky. Might need another hero's feast, but that's not the
I
point.
know, is it like midnight now?
Oh, man.
No, it's not. It's not. It's
No,
definitely
it's
not.
not. Thank you, DM.
Oh, man. You know, this is what happens. When you guys know you don't have a lot of time, you're all about business. The minute you got some extra time, it's time to screw around. It's all downhill.
We
from
have
here.
had like 2 months of just straight terror. It's
true.
Relief.
It's true. You know, honestly, it's really funny. In the campaign guide, it tells me to let you do this, or that you'll all quit playing.
That's great.
It says, make sure you let them win and give them moments of levity and beauty, or they will probably quit playing.
So funny.
That's awesome.
I'm so glad someone had to decidedly write that.
That's
Yeah, it's pretty funny. All right, so you guys head out, and you headed out across the country, and I'm gonna explore some more of the Barovia map. So if you wanna pop that open.
The Barovia Explored map.
Yep. So you head out to the west, you follow the road past where you fought with Morgantha the first time, and you end up encountering a large gate very similar to the one you originally encountered when you were coming into Barovia. This one has its heads, though. As the other one did, though, as you approach it, it opens up all by itself. Passing through.
Yes.
Can I ask Strahd something? I mean, like,
Oh, man.
I mean, no, but next time we see him, we definitely need to talk to him about why we saw a fake clone of
Raven?
Raven hanging out.
Mm.
But was it fake?
Hag spies, I bet.
I don't know.
I don't know either, I'm just guessing.
Alright, continuing through the gate.
All right,
Spies are everywhere.
through the gate, and you travel the road. It goes back down into a less hilly area, similar to the area that the original village was founded in. However, it is canyony, so it's not like you're completely out of the mountains yet, but you can see a good ways down into the fog, and it looks like it's going to clear up and transition from hills back into woods. And it doesn't take you too long of traveling before you find Old Bone Grinder. And so I will put you there. Is that something that you want to deal with currently?
Bone saws,
Well, we can blind the hags,
If they're
but we
even in
should
there.
but we should explore the area to see if we can find their secret lair in case they run away.
What time is it though? It's
It's
like
too late.
9?
It's too late. It's too late. We don't have time for that right now. If we're gonna make it to Vallaki, we gotta keep on.
Yeah.
I want to just as much as anyone else here, but we gotta press on. It's getting late.
Well, it is already dark. So you're about
All the more reason we need to press
a
on.
third of the way there.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So you press on down the road. As you're nearing the windmill, you do hear. See, I'm baiting you guys. You're gonna have to decide whether or not to take it. You do hear children screaming and old women laughing.
See, guys, we need to save them. We need to go take care of this.
I am in favor of that.
All right, let's go.
Raven's not okay with the situation.
They're not your kids. Why do you care?
All right.
Because they're kids. And I'm a woman.
Forgot.
Oh boy. So
You can just edit that part out, Mike.
yeah, no, it's probably gonna stay there. So
It's going into your character quote.
Now this
So-
is an old windmill, correct?
this is an old windmill.
Do we have
Okay.
a deed for it?
You do have a deed. This is the one you have a deed for. From what from what Strahd said, he said it used to be owned by the Dursts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I didn't know the deed included the windmill as well. I thought it was just
It's
the
a separate
house,
deed.
the
No,
plot
there
of
were two
land that the
deeds.
house was on.
there were two of
Oh,
them. There was one
okay,
for the
great.
house and one for the windmill.
What's the deed do other than we own it?
Well,
We own it.
You own it. So, all right. The
Time to
old
collect.
Salovich Road translations here from being a winding path through the Balanock Mountains to a lazy trail that hugs the mountainside as it descends into the fog-filled valley. In the heart of the valley, you see a walled town. You can actually see Vallaki through the mist from here. Especially whoever's wearing the cloak of see through the mist. You can definitely spot it from here. Let's see. A branch in the road leads to the west to a promontory atop which is perched that dilapidated stone windmill. Its warped wooden vanes are stripped bare. In the distance you can hear the crying of a child and cackling of women. And so you're going to head for the windmill?
Yeah, and can we? Well, I mean, like, yeah, can we search around it? I just want to see if there's a front door, back door.
All
And
right.
look for a hidden layer.
Yep, any kind of sign that says witches, hags, enter here.
There's well,
That'd
as
be
you,
helpful.
as you approach, you're starting to get a little closer. The plants themselves look more twisted. They look a little bit more vile. They actually look like they're oozing some sort of black pus as you get closer. They also seem a bit more alive. They tend to turn a little bit towards you, towards where you're walking, towards where you're facing. You're not 100% sure about that, but it definitely looks like there's something very abnormal about the area. So I would say this is more of a nature check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mark posted in the chat. Arcane check. Nature check.
Is the oozing deathly, or deadly, death, necrotic in nature?
It's really hard to tell.
I'm guessing that's not going to do anything.
No, you have no idea. Somebody else want to take a little bit closer look at the plants?
I'll take a look.
Jeez.
Wow.
We have no idea. They look pretty nice, though. I think
Yeah.
our moms might like
No.
them.
Those are nice oozing plants.
What's going on with those plants? All right. So, you continuing closer then?
Yeah, front door, back door.
Would a survival? Are we like in danger of getting close to them?
No. There's definitely a road that you're on, and they're off to the side. But
Okay.
you can just see, even in the darkness, there's something just not right about these plants. All right. As you approach, you can see the onion-domed edifice leans forward and off to one side as though it's trying to turn itself away from the stormy gray sky. You You see gray brick walls with dirt-covered windows on the upper floors. The decrepit wooden platform encircles the windmill above, and a flimsy doorway leading to the building's interior. Perched on a wooden beam above the door is a raven. It hops about and it starts squawking at you. It seems very agitated.
That's the warning bell, you guys.
Yeah.
So
Can
we've
I
just
shoot
been
it?
made.
No, it's probably Strahd's.
Well, if it was Strahd's, it probably wasn't going to be squawking so that they could hear us.
It's telling us to get away.
Well, that could be true.
Alright, it
Get
squawks.
ready to smash the eye.
Alright. It squawks at you a little
Don't
bit,
do it.
and then it flies away.
Yeah, don't squash the eye yet. Don't even take it out.
No,
I
just
haven't done anything yet.
be aware.
So front door, are we gonna go up this winding wooden upper area? I'm guessing it leads to a door that's like higher up. Yes.
There's a
Can we
door
see
higher
that?
up, and there's a door on the ground you can see.
Okay, so
Can
top or
we see?
bottom, guys.
Can we see tracks? Which one's more heavily?
Oh, there's plenty of tracks. It's not hard to see tracks at all. It goes straight up the
I
front
mean,
door.
can we tell? Can we tell which route is more heavily walked?
The path up to the front door is definitely more heavily traveled.
Should we
Okay,
take the other route then?
No, I'm thinking front. Oh, I don't want anyone to escape with us trying to get tricky. So
Well, remember what the hag did last time, and they just kind of poofed.
Did they poof only because they kissed Mar?
Could be. I mean, it could be a bad kisser.
That's my assumption.
All right. Did the old bone grinder map pop up for you guys?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So that's what you're looking at. Now you can see where the thing says Area 2, right on the side there. That's actually where that door on the decrepit platform is. It's coming out there, and then there's the front door. The description was really a little misleading, and I might have said it.
And there's a
Okay.
there's a path. There's like a viable way up there, right?
Yes, there's a clear path. There's cart marks in it. You could tell that Morgantha takes her cart straight up to the door here.
It's for Area 2. That door up there.
Correct. No, not to
Okay.
Area 2. There's no clear path to Area 2. There's a path to the front door.
Okay. All right. Then can we? Is there any like I see that there's windows, but is there any windows that we can reach to see?
Right,
it?
like a ground floor window that we can peek in, see what's going on inside.
No, they're all up a little high. And they're pretty dirty. You get just looking at them from where you're at, you're a couple 100 feet away, but you think you'd have a hard time seeing through them.
All right. Well, let's get closer. Carefully.
All right, you start creeping up on them, and you hear another scream from a child, and this one is cut very short. It starts and then it ends really abruptly.
Can I do like a search for traps or something? Is that perception or survival or something?
That is actually it's a perception base, but at anybody who's not trained with the use of thieves tools, I rolls that at disadvantage. So you could have Timmy do it though.
Can we have Timmy do it?
You can.
Yeah.
And do we want to have the hags blinded now so that they don't kill the kid?
I want to. What's the consensus on that, Kane?
Part of it is that I don't want them to be blinded until we have a clear path to get to them.
Yeah, I wanted to see them.
I know. I just don't want to wait till too long and end up having the two kids dead.
Yeah.
How about as soon as we decide to go in, we can do this? Because, well, no, I really want to see one first. I want to identify that there's one in there.
Okay, we can wait. Let's just move along a little quicker.
Yeah.
All right. Timmy does not detect any traps. You tell him to go detect traps, and you watch him, and it's really sad. You've watched him since he came back out, and he doesn't do any cartwheels and no tricks. You ask him to check the door in the area for traps, and he just stumbly mechanically walks over there, and then after he checks, he turns around and makes a sad hoot at you.
Ugh, that's killing me too. Okay, so are we gonna bust down the door? I'm gonna bust down the door. Yeah.
Is the door unlocked?
The door is unlocked.
Let's just
Do we want
open
to
the door.
open the door?
All right, I'm opening the door. I'm going in.
Slowly, so that, like,
I'm going in.
All right. You open up the door, and there's a few things you notice right away. You start to hear the croaking of frogs, the clucking of chickens, and it smells delicious in here. It smells like Donut Town in this place. It's awesome. The smell of it makes you happy.
Guys, we're being hit by the fumes of the cocaine.
Everybody going in?
But I mean, have you ever had cocaine? It's delicious.
It's delicious.
Going in.
All right.
Going in.
So, you go in, and the ground floor of this mill looks like it's been converted into a makeshift kitchen, but the room is filthy. Baskets and old dishware are piled up everywhere, and adding to the clutter is Morgantha's cart. There's a chicken coop, a heavy wooden trunk, a pretty wooden cabinet with flowers painted on its doors, which kind of sets itself out in this setting. And in addition to the clucking of chickens, you hear definitely frogs or toads croaking. The smell of pastries blends horribly with the stench that burns your nostrils. There's an awful odor that is coming out now that you're in the room from an upright barrel in the center of the room. There's warmth issuing from a brick oven against one wall and a crumbling staircase ascending the wall across from it. Shrieks and cackles can be heard from higher up. And then you hear,
Is somebody here? Do I have a customer? Yeah.
and this old woman comes tromping down the stairs, and she looks and she's like,
You. Have you come to pay me a visit?
So,
Sweetums?
and she's
Is it
looking at you.
Morgantha?
It's Morgantha.
I squeeze my my bag as hard as I can. Break that eyeball.
Make a strength check.
Okay.
Oh, man. Alright. You squeeze that bag.
He obliterates that eyes.
And that eye just becomes jelly, and she screams. She's like, ah! And she grabs her face, and she's clutching her face, and she's just screaming her head off.
I want to attack. I want to attack. I want to attack. Oh, please let me attack.
Well,
Please,
no, now we got to go to
please let me
initiative.
attack.
I let you get the squeeze in. So, all right. Well, so we're gonna.
She's not disoriented enough for a crossbow bolt to the forehead.
No, she is not.
Bummer.
All right, this is the room that you guys are in. So,
Hey, Raven.
Yes?
How are you resistant to necrotic?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Is it because you're a woman?
It might be a cold soul.
oh man, you guys, I don't know if I can post tonight's piece on the internet.
Oh, there's way worse stuff.
Yeah.
It will definitely get more comments and views.
Yeah, it might. All right, I'm gonna roll initiative, and then we will get to it. Kane, you are gonna be up first.
Sweet. Okay. I'm gonna run over. We'll go right there. Can I fit there? I mean, is that a viable?
Yeah, that's a viable place.
Okay. And I'm gonna punch her in the face.
Do it.
Good call.
Can you actually get behind her? Cut off her retreat?
Sure.
She could still squeeze up the stairs if she wanted to, but yeah, you can get behind her.
But be blind.
That does hit. Sorry. All right. You lay into it.
And then, as a bonus action,
Let me guess.
Mercy would like to visit.
Yes. Go ahead and make a roll for Mercy, and I will put her on the board.
Oh no!
Oh, it's the first time ever.
Oh my gosh, this is unprecedented.
Guys, it might be a bad night.
It's a bad omen. All right.
Does Mercy get negative critical rolls?
No. Mercy does not. All right. So, Morgantha reels from being hit in the face and going blind. She's super upset. She's just shaking with anger. And she says, you think just 'cause I can't see that I still can't kill you? And she yells out, Bella, Ophelia, we have visitors. They're not here to buy pies. And...
we don't need no stinking pies.
Do they come rolling down the stairs because they can't see either?
You don't know what they're doing yet. So,
okay.
Adam, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Hey, I can do that.
At advantage.
And it is at advantage. Alright.
Not that really matters.
No, that's a really good roll. So, Morgantha, she knows where you are, so she points at you and she mumbles something, and then she says, "You're a toad!" And for half of a second, you transform into a frog. But then you pop back up out of it. And
no. Yay, polymorph.
That's awesome.
And...
do you have a bag of holding, Morgantha?
Oh, you have no idea how bad I would love to put one of you in a bag of holding while you're polymorphed. Especially Ryan or Adam. And then I didn't even think about that going into this encounter, and then have you argue with me about it. Alright. So, Adam, make a perception check, would you?
I will. Man. I mean, it's good, but my holes are...
yeah. Ryan and... I'm sorry, Mar and Raven, you both need to make wisdom saving throws as well. As the other two hags appear in the room. Brian, you get to make that at advantage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, okay.
You hear the ladies pointing, and they're feeling out, and I need to make awareness rolls for them. They're both blind, but they have a good sense of where you guys are at, and you both are turned into frogs.
Oh, jeez.
Go Kane!
You are both frogged.
Okay.
How long does that last?
Don't think we know.
You don't know. And that's going to bring up Timmy.
Does he understand what a frog says?
Nope.
Well, I mean, I can still control him. He can still...
Yeah. Raven, you can go ahead and still maneuver Timmy as you would like.
Have him... well, I guess it doesn't really matter if he pops invisible.
Here's well, I don't want to metagame, but I'm wondering if Timmy can do an unarmed strike for 1 damage on one of you guys.
That's true, he could punch us.
You think it functions
But
like WoW?
I don't know if Kane knows that.
Kane, make an Arcana check.
He doesn't know
Kane
that.
doesn't know that.
Nope. So Timmy can attack one of the 3 visible hags.
Holy cow.
And that's...
What is happening to our roll?
So, alright.
Have him attack the... let's just do Morgana.
Alright, we'll attack Morgantha. And don't forget, he's got ranged attacks now, so... if he needs to use them. Timmy is going to do...
Yeah, he did get reloaded, so maybe just keep him at range.
Well, yeah, but he also gets a sneak attack on there.
He's going to do 19 points of damage to Morgantha.
Yeah, see. Oh, wait, sneak
like
attack
that.
works on range, doesn't it?
It does.
Sneak attack does work on ranged. Yes.
Yeah, so. Hey, for the purpose of this, does spiritual weapon count as that?
No, spiritual weapon does not count as somebody to give something to give somebody advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not the intention of it. I researched that too. So
Okay.
all right, that's gonna bring up Mar. Where I need to check something to see if you get a saving throw from polymorph.
Right.
The transformation lasts to the duration or until the target drops to 0 hit points. The form, not the target. So if your frog form drops to 0 hit points, you transform. Nope, you don't get to go. You're just hopping around.
All right.
Alright, and that is Mar and Raven's turn.
Raven's going to hop to the square to the left.
Okay.
That's all Raven's doing. Raven's got nothing else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. And then we are back up to the top, which is Kane's turn.
Okay. Let's do it. I'm casting Spiritual Guardians.
Alright.
I don't know how to do that.
Don't worry about it. Just roll your 3d8 damage.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
That's
Ooh.
nice.
There's my saving throws. Oh, those are bad saving throws. They will all take the full damage.
Nice.
Alright, they're cackling and shrieking. They're like,
Oh, so you think you could just summon some things to hurt us?
They're not some things. They're the embodiment of the angel of death.
actually, they're running around. They look like skeletons, so I guess that still
No,
qualifies.
they don't. They
That-
look at they
No.
look like angelic. The spectral form appears angelic.
No,
Or
I'm
they-
assuming
It's
it's like
the
my
mist
mage
that's
hand.
changing everything, though.
no,
Like the mage
they
hand,
don't.
yeah.
They look like
Yeah.
creepy, nasty old skeletons.
Spiritual guardians?
Because this horrible place that we're in.
No, I'm
Yeah.
reading it right there.
I know what
Oh,
you're
but
reading.
it's
I know,
changing
but
it.
everything.
But it's still, I get it. I
so
get
far.
it. I get it. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I don't understand.
Like I wanted to be like that for you, but
No, that's fine. They can still look like skeleton. That's fine.
besides, they can't even see him anyway. What do they care?
They can see him, can't they?
They're blind.
Oh, I can see him. Then they
Alright, what else you do in your turn?
and then we will use. Jeez, hold on. That'll hit. I assume, right?
Yes, that does hit.
Holy crap.
Alright. And let's see. That brings up the hags. So, Ophelia runs over to Raven, picks her up, and puts her in a box. Oh, wait, I need to make a roll. I keep forgetting they're blind.
Is it a magical roll or magical box of holding?
Ophelia can't find Raven because she
Jeez.
moved. So she's over here looking around for her. But she does bump into Timmy. So she is going to cast Ray of Enfeeblement at Timmy. Let's see. I rolled that at disadvantage, so I will roll it again. Does hit Timmy. And Timmy is going to take some poison damage. He is wounded. Right. Let's see. Morgantha is going to shoot a lightning bolt at you, Kane. Her hands start crackling and she starts cackling and she's like, I know you're still on the stairs! So you can make a dexterity saving throw. Ooh, you just barely leap out of the way of this lightning bolt, but it still manages to singe you a little bit, so you take 11 points of damage as this lightning bolt cackles past you. Crackles. She cackles. It crackles.
You said 11?
11. And then Bella. Bella can't find anyone. So she starts stumbling towards the center of the room. Finds the barrel. She grabs onto the side of the barrel and starts laughing. That foul-smelling barrel I described earlier?
Yeah.
That's going to be Timmy's turn. I don't know if Raven is back yet or not.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's back.
Does he still sneak attack?
Yes, because...
He
Well,
would
it
have
depends
sneak
on who-
attack on Morgantha.
Yep.
Let's keep doing that. Let's keep attacking Morgantha.
Alright. Unfortunately, Timmy misses with his sneak attack, so... He's... gonna take his bonus attack. That one hits. For 4 damage. 2, let me add sneak attack to that. They're 8. For those who can see, Morgantha looks hurt pretty bad.
Hey.
Alright. Mar, you're up. Is there anything you'd like to do, Frog Marlemere?
Yes, I do have a question, if you would allow me to do this. A, can I cast a spell?
No.
Well,
you may
as a
not.
frog? No, I can't. Okay.
You only have
even if it's
frog
touch?
abilities, even if it's touch.
Okay. Then I'm just going to... Oh man, I'm gonna move. Yeah, I'm just gonna move. Do I have to roll a save?
No.
Oh jeez. Okay.
I would continue to move.
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking of right now at the moment. All right, I'm just gonna move right here.
Alright. Raven, is there anything you would like to do at this moment?
Frog Raven will hop to the south, one square.
Okay. Sounds good. Kane, you're up.
I have a question. Does Spirit Guardian, do I have to, is that an action to because it's concentration for 10 minutes.
Right, no, you have your action back now.
So that just continues to go?
Yep.
Okay. So I will roll damage for that.
Actually, I need you to make a constitution check first to keep your concentration up. Because you got hit by that lightning bolt.
Oh, you're right.
And that is not a problem.
And he is concentrating. Don't have a bowel movement.
Alright.
I didn't mean to do that.
I'll roll the saves. Alright. Ophelia makes her saves, but the other two do not, so...
Is that no damage or half damage?
It's half damage.
How do I untarget something?
Control click on it again.
Thank you. Okay, I am. The square to the two to my left.
Mm-hmm.
There's like some barrels and stuff on that.
Yeah. This room's full of junk.
Would I be able to? I could take up the same space as Mercy, right?
Technically, no.
Okay.
You'd have to move Mercy.
But I mean, I can do that without
Yeah.
a problem. Okay. I'm gonna have Mercy attack.
So, as usual, Mercy lays into its target. Doing A sizable amount of damage. And you still have an action.
Yeah. Do I have the ability to? Oh, that's an. Well, do I have the ability to charge Bella and like tackle her down to the ground?
That would be a grapple. So yes,
Okay. So I'm gonna do that.
you would make a strength check.
Yeah. Or strength, or is it?
It's strength. To grapple is strength. The person who's getting grappled gets to make an opposing check, and they can use dexterity or strength. But a grapple is strength. But she's at disadvantage because she's blind. Definitely. So, the other roll was a nat 20. I rolled a nat 20 and a 2. But you can definitely tackle her.
Okay.
So Bella is grappled and pinned to the ground.
Okay. And then that's the end of my turn, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright. So Ophelia hears all the commotion going on, and she is going to cast in your general direction. Let me see if she hits you or not.
Please hit the other hag.
No.
No, what do you mean no?
Please hit the raven.
Adam, how many hit points does Kane currently have?
42.
Okay. So you hear her cackling, and she's like, "Nighty-night for you!" And you start to get extraordinarily tired. But then you shake it off.
I am really tired.
You shake it off, though. You do not fall asleep. And then she's like, "Oh, I still hear him breathing."
No, that's just how I breathe. I'm not snoring, it's just how I breathe.
So, Morgantha heard all the commotion around, so she starts summoning an entity. And Kane, I need you to make a DC 15 Wisdom save.
Yeah, I can do that.
With advantage.
Yep.
Yeah, I probably don't need it.
No, you do not. You wouldn't have needed this anyways, but she doesn't know it. You see popping up out of the ground all around you images from the 2 books that you've read. And you are, at first, for just a half second, absolutely terrified that they're coming for you again. But then you shake it off because you currently are immune to being frightened.
Also, the key word is again. At this point, I'm just used to it. Just Tuesday.
This is Tuesday. So Morgantha, not hearing you screaming, just starts getting really angry. She's stomping on the ground and she's yelling, and she's like, "Somebody stop this fool!" And that brings up Ophelia, who is going to cast Hold Person at you. So I need you to make wisdom saves again.
You mean Bella?
Bella.
Yeah, Bella. Sorry. Ophelia's grappled.
Can she? Yeah. No, Bella's grappled.
No, whichever one is not grappled.
Didn't you already go? Wait. Who's? I mean, I'm not worried about it.
No,
but
you're right. I got my hags mixed up. So Bella's grappled, but she can still cast spells. So she tries.
She's not like.
Yes, she tries to cast Hold Person on you, but again, it just doesn't take.
Okay.
And that brings up the frogs. No, it's Timmy. What is?
Who does Timmy have advantage against? Or sneak attacks?
Either Bella or Morgantha.
He's gonna take Morgantha again.
Yeah.
He lines himself up. He gets ready for an attack. Stabs at her with his dagger. Definitely hits her. And nails her for 5 damage. And then sneak attack is another 11. So. And his offhand will miss. Alright. How are my frogs doing?
Okay,
We're gonna jump into the
so
fireplace.
Frog Marlemere wants to try to hop against the wall that he's next to as hard as he can.
Okay.
Is that gonna do anything? Is
All
that
right.
gonna work?
Well, make a strength roll for your little frog.
Okay.
No bonuses, just straight froggy strength. So just a d20. Yeah, nope.
Jeez Louise.
Nope. That does nothing for you. You're going in the fireplace?
Apparently, that's where I rolled. So Frog Raven is jumping in the fireplace.
Are you sure you want to do that? Because the fireplace is on fire.
Yup.
Alright. So, you jump in the fireplace, and you take 13 points of fire damage. 12 of that will spill over to your character, but you pop back up out of being a frog.
Hey!
Hey!
Aha!
Alright.
Can I hop out of the fireplace now?
You can.
And do I still have a turn?
Ah, that's an interesting question. Do you still have a turn? I'm gonna say
I was gonna ask the same thing before, but I was done apparently.
I'm gonna say yes. You still have a turn.
Chaos. Chaos is going everywhere.
Jeez.
Here we go, everybody. Chaos is going nowhere.
Chaos is going nowhere. That's unfortunate.
No chaos.
He still
Kane.
thinks you're a fraud. Okay.
Raven was still a little unfortunate with the fire.
The spirit guardians go to town again. This time, though, all of the ladies save. Mercy swings around with his usual strength, nails Morgantha.
She's still up.
Yep, she's still up.
Okay. I am going to attempt to, and I don't know how to do this, but I am attempting to knock Bella prone. Is that through a shove or something?
Well, you've got her grappled, so I would allow you to make an attack roll on her, and if you're successful, you can slam her to the ground.
Okay. Judo show.
Nope, she rides around just a bit too much. You can't quite get her
Alright.
wrangled up enough.
Not quite the judo chop you were looking for.
Wait to the judo chop. Alright. That's it.
Alright. So, I'm going to do something here real quick. Your map might jump a little bit. Sorry, guys. I realized for the stream that I didn't zoom in on the map the way I needed to. So, let's see. That's going to bring up Ophelia. She is going to... She's got a pretty good idea where you are, Kane, so she is just going to unleash a magic missile on you.
Into the darkness.
It's from the darkness. And she is going to nail you for 19 points of damage.
Yikes, is there like a save on it or something?
There is no save on magic missile. There were
That was a lot of magic
bunch
missile.
of them that flew out of her.
Yeah.
So
What did you say, 19?
19. That ends her turn.
She's like, take just pure magic.
And it just bolt after bolt just nails you. It's almost like that scene with the Emperor where he's screaming about unlimited power.
Unlimited power!
And let's see, that's going to bring up Morgantha, who, oops, I accidentally skipped her, went to... Morgantha says, I've had quite enough of this, and then disappears.
To her lair. Jeez, guys.
And she's
Wait, somebody
gone.
counter.
And you hear Bella yell, Mother! Don't
Don't leave us! And then she starts to look a little worried. And she lets loose a magic missile as well. But it's not nearly as powerful as the one that just hit you. This one I'm gonna roll. I'll be able to roll right on you. Then you take 7 damage from that one. Alright. So that brings up, I believe, Timmy.
Yes.
Yep.
Timmy is going to use his sneak attack on, I believe, Ophelia. Or
Bella's
Bella's grappled. On Bella.
Alright, so he's going to get advantage on that attack. That will definitely hit. He hits her really pretty hard, and then drops his sneak attack in there. Offhand hits as well. Timmy lets loose into her for about 27 points of damage.
Nice.
Dang.
I high five Timmy, except he doesn't do anything back.
Nope, he just doesn't care.
Can I command him to high five me back?
Yeah. That was enough to make Bella feel really... She's hurting. She screams out at that. And let's see. Mar! Little buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to the fireplace, and that should give me enough to be able to move one square out as soon as I take damage.
Well, you're a frog, and you can use your dash action to get there.
Oh, I'll do it.
Alright. You are back up on your feet, so to speak.
Able to act?
Hold on. No, you are not able to act, because you had to use your dash action, too. If you have a bonus action, though, you can... Something you'd like to do as a bonus action.
Yeah, I will Hunter's Mark Ophelia.
Raven
is going to let loose some of that chaotic energy she's got stored up.
That does hit. And nails her for 11 points of damage. Did you cast that at level 3?
Maybe.
You were really hoping for a jump.
Maybe.
Kane, you're up.
Alright.
Oh, Mar, I'm sorry. You took fire damage in there? I rolled it. I forgot to tell you how much it was. Where was it? 11. You took 11 points of fire damage.
Got it.
Actually 10, because your frog took 1.
Got it.
But you're still standing in the fire.
No. Take off your temporary hit points.
I mean, it works the same way.
It does work the same way.
It's still off your total, so... I mean, because you have the temporary for a period of time, so, like, by ever getting that back.
Oh, I guess.
Temporary goes first.
Yeah, your temporary hit points go away first.
Yeah.
So technically you should probably drop those off.
Yeah, I was always told the other way, but alright.
No, I think if we were tracking on sheets it would be different, but...
But you can't get healed back up to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is that your wounds are after any temporary hit points.
Mm-hmm. Because there is a difference between temporary hit points and temporarily extending your maximum. There are spells that do that, so we need to differentiate that.
Oh, okay. I thought Aid did that. So, all right, never mind.
All right. So, let's see. Kane, you're up.
Yeah.
Oh, you rolled your Spirit Guardians? All right, cool. 17. I will roll 2 saving throws. And 1 success. Ophelia fails hers, so she's going to take the full 17. And Bella is going to take half. That is a miss for Mercy.
Oh, didn't even notice that. Okay.
Yep. Mercy swings, but you're too wrapped up in there and avoids hitting you instead. Alright. However, you do punch her right in the face with your mace. You just come down and be like, "You stinking hag." Clobber her right in the face. Alright. Although you hit her, and it seems that it doesn't do quite as much damage with that weapon as you'd hoped it would have.
Okay.
Let's see. Ophelia is up. She gonna do? She's gonna cast Magic Missile again. Kane.
Jeez.
For 6 points of damage. That brings up Bella. Can't do a lot of this stuff. She is... Adam, Kane, make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Thanks.
Alright. She utters a foul curse at you. It's extraordinarily foul. Like, you've thought some terrible things in your head and even said some worse things with your mouth. But this thing, whew, it was awful. But you're like, whatever, lady, I'm about to kill you. So it does not take effect.
Alright.
Timmy's up.
Thank the heavens for advantage.
That's why I gave it to you guys. I figured you'd end up here, and this probably would have killed you. So, what's Timmy doing?
Timmy is going to use the sneak attack again.
On Bella?
Yep.
Alright. Oh, he misses. His offhand. He misses again.
Does he have advantage? Because I have her grappled?
No. Oh. Yes, he does, because you have her grappled. Okay, so the offhand does hit. It's going to hit for 1, unfortunately. And then a little bit extra for sneak attack for a total of 7. Alright, and that's going to bring up Mar. What are you doing? Paladin in the fire? Let me roll some damage for you.
Sure.
14.
You probably want to get out of that fire.
Oh, I was going to stay here for a while. It's warm.
It definitely is toasty.
Kane, you can take 25 hit points back.
Oh, thank you.
Next.
Alright. Raven.
Well, she was going to attempt to throw some more shadow magic out at Bella, but that's probably not going to happen.
It's not. No, it's not. Kane. They're both going to make that save, too. Alright. What are you doing with your actions and, well, Mercy, I'm assuming.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
Kill him. Oh, I'm gonna, I'll ask you. I have a dagger. How much time would it take for me to switch to my dagger?
It's an action.
Okay, then
Alright. So same thing as before, you just nail her, but you're just feeling like your strikes aren't quite doing what they need to do. That brings up Ophelia.
Strahd, you liar!
Alright, Ophelia transforms into a rat. And she is going to hide under the pastry cart. So I'm going to roll a hide check. Timmy and Mar, you need to make a perception check.
She's not going anywhere. She's just going under the cart.
Well, that's what it looks like she's doing, and then she's hiding.
But I mean, like, we wouldn't get an attack of opportunity.
Not yet, because she's still in the same area.
Right. Okay.
All right. Timmy doesn't see where she goes. Mar, you see her go under the cart, and she's definitely going to try and make a break for it. So you can make an attack of opportunity on her if you wish.
Oh, yes. I wish.
That will
Nice.
definitely hit her. Alright, you hit her, and also, again, it doesn't feel like it does quite the damage you want, but it does pop her out of her rat form. But she's over near the door now. And she screams at you, saying,
Ah! I can't believe Mother left us here with you.
And that is Bella's turn. Ooh, what is this chickie gonna do? She's kind of out of tricks. Alright, she is actually just gonna start slashing with her claws at your face, Kane.
Okay.
And her first slash misses, and she's gonna slash again. And that one's gonna hit. She's being super ferocious. And she just really lays into you for 17 points of damage with her claws. Just like right into your eyes and just below your eyeballs. Gets a hold of your lids and just pulls her claws straight down your face.
I guess it's only fair since we poked their eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And then Mar, I believe it's Timmy's turn. What do we want?
Anybody
Timmy
he's
to
got an advantage on?
Well, Bella's still Bella's still grappled, so yes, he would still have advantage on her.
Let's go there.
Alright. Timmy's gonna make that first attack. Oh, and he's gonna miss. Second attack. That one will hit. Ooh, he hits her pretty good, but his sneak attack comes up a little weak. Not the super high rolls he had on that last one. So Bella's looking almost dead. You don't think she's going to make it another round. And then that is Mar. You're up.
So I'm going to move to the door. I understand what's going to happen when I do that.
Well, you're probably not going to get hit. She gets disadvantage at that.
I'll wait.
Oh, jeez.
You're level 5 though, correct?
Yeah.
You get 2 attacks now.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I tried to help, man. Alright. So you move to the door. You have blocked her escape from the door, however. She's blind. I've totally forgotten this on people making melee attacks. You guys get advantage on them anyways because they're blind.
Oh,
They don't need to be grappled to have advantage.
good.
So any attack roll you're making is at advantage because they're blind.
Okay.
So can I roll that 2 more times?
Well, you can roll your second attack at advantage. Your first attack missed because you rolled twice.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Okay.
Yep.
Yay!
All right. Here it goes. So, Divine Smite.
Nice.
Boom! You just drop some heavy damage in.
I
into
like
Ophelia.
Smite.
So
And she
does the
just
Paladin.
reels back. She's like, ah! She almost feels like she's screaming like you just lit her on fire. She's not feeling good. All right, Raven, you're up. I'm sorry, Kane's up. Raven,
No,
you already
Raven's
went.
No, it's Raven.
Oh, how did we get to Kane?
It skipped right for it. Just skipped Raven.
Radiant damage if you got it.
It would have figured it automatically.
Okay.
I meant that to the group.
Oh,
Yeah, but Mercy is not radiant damage and seems to be working fine.
Huh.
all right. Andy, or Raven,
Well, that's gonna be
unleashes
lightning damage.
a massive
Nice.
burst of electrical damage at Ophelia, and she just lights her up, and she starts burning and screaming, and the smell is just awful. And then her body starts sparking, and purple flame is leaping out of it, and then she starts to shrivel, and she just turns into this pile of pulsing flesh and goo. It's really gross. And the chaos
Nice.
magic leaps
Excellent.
over to Bella, who dies in a similar fashion, just shrieking and writhing and writhing. And then from the top of the stairs, just out of spiritual guardian reach, you hear, "No, no, no!" And then you hear footsteps running across the floor upstairs. You hear a door creak open and slam shut behind her.
The spiritual gardens, that range follows me, right?
Yes, it does.
Hey guys. Thanks for showing up.
I don't know what you're complaining about. They die pretty easily.
Wow. Wow. Alright, going upstairs.
Alright. So hold on, let me close some stuff. Why don't we pause here? If anybody needs to get up, take a break real quick, I am going to restart some stuff.
Yep.
Real
5-10
quick
minutes.
before you restart, Mike, how many rounds was that?
7.
7.
So I have spiritual weapon for like another 15 seconds.
Yeah, not long at all.
Okay.